Breaking news! We talk all about, well, everything. And I'm in the show too. Extra, hear all about it.
Hey guys, and welcome to the podcast where I'm feeling like T.I. double gutter. Why do I feel like Tigger? Because I'm the only one. And of course, I am the Dean of Games, the Dean Slater, if you are on Twitter or Twitch. And I say I'm the only one. I am joined by Matthew, who introduces the podcast every week. Hello, Matthew.
Hello, everybody. I'm excited to be a part of this race.
Well, go ahead and spoil it, why don't you? Yes, we are doing a race. So, the rules of the race are, we're just going to read the headline and talk very briefly about each story, and we're going to see who can get through the most stories. Every 10 stories, we're going to do a coin flip. And whoever wins that coin flip, they get to start the next 10 stories. And so it really most likely will come down to coin flips. So that's exciting. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? All right, Matthew. Heads or tails?
Heads, please.
And heads it is. Alright, you start, Matthew.
Horizon Zero Dawn Remaster is in the works for PS5, along with a multiplayer spin-off. Is it really old enough to be remastered? Because it still looks pretty good. Also, I like the idea of multiplayer. I want to know how it works. So, yeah.
Good job. Speaking of PlayStation stars might have a hidden invite-only diamond tier. A reference to the 5th tier was found in the PlayStation app, and of course it was. They are just fumbling the bag when it comes to PlayStation stars. People already are not super interested in it, and they keep finding ways to make people less interested in it. Of invite only, what? I guess with the it's just too much. I can't even.
Activision's controversial CCO will step down following the Microsoft acquisition. That's the lady that supports waterboarding, right?
It absolutely is.
Let me get close here, all right? Let me tell you, it is not advanced interrogation techniques. That is torture.
That's a hot take, Matthew. That's a hot take. Disco Elysium devs have reportedly involuntarily exited the sequel, including the lead writer. The involuntary is interesting. Just, the full story, we only know parts of the story. But I don't understand why the gaming industry's so big on, high turnover. I've never understood that. It takes so much more to, get someone into your culture than it is to just keep someone in there. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand.
No More Heroes 4 could happen with big fan outcry, according to Suda51, which, with the reception that the third game got, is anyone really that super interested in it? I don't know. I just don't know.
I don't know either. Of course I would. PlayStation boss Jim Ryan flew to Brussels to voice concerns to the European Union following Activision's Activision deal, not PlayStation deal. Xbox's Activision deal. You know, I hope that in official business capacity, he is not nearly as foot and mouth as he is in the public sphere. Because if he is, I don't understand why he's in the position he's in general with how bad he is with public relations. But if he's like that when it comes to official business, like doing this whole, inquiry and everything, I don't understand. There has to be some level of social skills involved, and I've not seen it from Jim Ryan. So I don't know.
Tencent is reportedly refocusing on aggressively seeking full game company acquisitions. They reportedly want to offset uncertainty at home, which, when you're a Chinese company, that's uncertainty's gonna, uncertainties around the world right now, but, so you're a Chinese company. The government's crazy over there.
Ubisoft, Bungie, and IO confirm Stadia salvage plans and exploring transferring player progress from those titles, which good for them because that is phenomenal PR to have with customers in that capacity. Bravo.
Microsoft files its case for Activision acquisition with EU competitor competition regulator. Sorry. Listen, guys, I'm only 7, okay? These big words, they're hard to say. And the commission has a provincial deadline of November 8th, which is the day before God of War. Interesting.
I agree. Today's physical release of Bayonetta, and this was September 30th, so it's a couple days ago. The physical release of Bayonetta for Switch has been delayed in Europe, which is interesting that it's the physical release exclusively in an entire region. Who knows? Just who knows?
Overwatch 2's mobile verification system isn't working for some players. So two-step verification. I'm assuming this two-step verification, that's going to deter quite a bit, but not everyone.
Ubisoft announces playtest for new session-based co-op shooter Project U. That's cool. I don't know what that game looks like, so we'll have to see.
Epic Game Store has confirmed next free titles. Rising Hell and Slain Back from Hell will be free in early October, which is really cool. It's cool that these platforms have free games every now and then. It's a nice little perk.
It is a nice little perk. And Phil Spencer says that Xbox is looking at letting players disable quick resume, which is has been an issue with multiplayer games, apparently. So we'll see how that goes. All right, Matthew, it's you.
God of War's PC port studio says it's working with Sony on a flagship live service game, while also still working on the God of War franchise. So that's neat. I wonder what ideas they have. I wonder if it's going to be God of War related. Who knows? Ooh.
Very nice, Matthew. Very nice. So 2 more games for you, 3 more games for me. A Lunar Shift Xbox Series X controller has leaked. Xbox loves their unique controllers. And I do too. So that's cool.
World of Warcraft Dragonflight releases this November, which makes the question, is there really a whole lot of people still playing World of Warcraft? Because, I mean, I know they lost a lot of people to Final Fantasy XIV, and it's all because of Blizzard and their, stuff.
Their stuff indeed. So next up, I'm excited I got this one. Ed Sheeran's new Pokemon-inspired song will feature in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So I'm not a big music guy, but I've heard of Ed Sheeran. I've heard Ed Sheeran's music. And I think it's cool that Pokemon's using their pop status to, have pop musicians start putting their music into the games. They even have Toby Fox, who made Delta Rune in Undertale. He has music in the game too, which is really, really cool. I like that. That's neat. Also, I watched a little bit of the music video preview that they showed. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. On to you, Matthew.
Google confirms it will shut down Stadia, surprising nobody. Nobody. I guess people that were still working on projects were a little surprised because they weren't told. But, the writing's been on the wall. So, I'm sorry about the devs. But it's just sad Google has no support for their own projects.
It is very sad. You're right. And with that, I have Saudi Arabia says it will spend $13 billion to acquire a leading game publisher, which I have a lot to say about Saudi Arabia and their government, and it's not a whole lot related to gaming, and I'm less upset as some people are about the involvement of Chinese companies in gaming, and more upset with Saudi Arabia's involvement in gaming, because it's not Saudi Arabian companies, it's just the Saudi Arabia government that's getting involved in gaming, and that's what I dislike. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. And with that, it is time for the second coin flip. All right, Matthew, what do you call?
I'm going to call tails this time.
And it is heads. So I get to go first. Sucker.
That's not very nice.
All right. NetEase hires Watchdog League for Montreal studio. I believe speaking of Chinese company, I believe NetEase is Chinese. Could be wrong about that. But yeah, cool. Let's see what this new IP is, and let's see what this new studio can do. Montreal, a lot of people are going to Montreal because Canada offers benefits to companies moving to Montreal. Specifically gaming companies. Matthew?
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet introduces Wiglet, which is not related to Diglett. It's derpy and cute, and I love it.
It is derpy and cute, and I love it too. October's Xbox Live Games with Gold titles have been announced. That includes Windbound and Bomber Crew Deluxe Editions. Ever since Game Pass blew up, I've not understood why Xbox still does games with gold. I don't understand it. But that's cool. Good for them.
Scorn's release date has been moved forward. The first-person horror adventure game is coming to Game Pass on day one. And normally, games move backwards, but not in this case. This is a Xenoblade Chronicles situation, which is cool. Very cool.
Very cool indeed. Alright. The Shenmue anime likely won't get renewed for a second season, and Season 1 has been removed from the Adult Swim website, which, you know, guys, I've said it on the podcast before, I'm a big proponent of media preservation, and this screams lost media to me. Hopefully someone had the foresight when the show was up there that to, you know, archive those episodes so it doesn't become lost, but it's so hard to keep track of that kind of thing, you know? You never know when a company's just gonna cut it, you know? Sucks.
You know what else sucks? Sega has announced its first blockchain game. Bwah, bwah.
Bwah, bwah, indeed. That was very quick, Matthew. And says everything you need to know about how we feel about that. PlayStation is giving Top Stars members priority in customer service. This is not unusual for, in general, companies. I know airlines do it a lot. There's a couple other industries where this is common practice. It is not common practice in video games, though, and very much screams pay to win, which is a big no-no in gaming in general. And I just don't understand how you keep... no, I mentioned it before. I had another PlayStation Star story before. No one is interested in PlayStation Stars right now. So why are you going out of your way to make people less interested? Doesn't make sense. Stop it. Stop fumbling the bag. Stop fucking it up, PlayStation.
October's free games with Amazon Prime Gaming have leaked. And Amazon confirmed the October lineup. It is now October, so get out there and get those games.
Indeed, get those games. That is the problem with us doing these news stories in order like this, is they just... some of them are old and no longer valid, so it's just the risk you run into. Sackboy, a big adventure PC reveal trailer, confirms October release date, which is cool. I mean, the fact that they're starting to release games a little quicker on the PC, we might still be a few years from it still, but that shows PlayStation might start looking into day one PC releases, which would be really cool. But yeah, I am in big support of companies making their money in consumer-friendly ways. And let's face it, companies make more money on software than they do hardware. So good for them. Matthew.
A video showing Returnal's PC settings menu has seemingly leaked. Which PC games typically do have more graphic settings, surprisingly, because, you know, consoles are weaker, so you'd think they'd have more, but no, PC always has more, so that is unsurprising. Yeah.
It is unsurprising. Alright. 5 more for each of us, and then we will be flipping a coin again. Sony has confirmed launch dates for PlayStation Star's loyalty programs. which I believe all of those have come out since that story was released. So neat. Neat, neat, neat.
Disney's Dreamlight Valley first major content update targets October release. Hopefully, any new characters that are introduced won't stare at my butt when I'm fishing. It's happened. Don't let them lie to you. It's happened. Mickey, I don't trust you anymore. In fact, I'd say I never trusted you. What do you think about that?
Yeah, Matthew's not a big Disney kid, so he'll find any reason to get mad at Disney. Valve has confirmed dates for Steam's next 3 major seasonal sales. I love me some sales, so this is exciting for me. Take a look when you get a chance at those.
Cyberpunk 2077 hits 20 million sales milestone following the recent resurgence because of edge runners. I guess they also fixed the game too, but edge runners.
Edge runners indeed. That's one more for each of us. And Ubisoft's Skull and Bones has been delayed for 4 months at the last minute. And that's what's scary to me, is that, I'm fine with people delaying games so that they're good and doesn't put pressure on the developers. This, however, is weird to me and makes me scared because it was so last minute. It was supposed to come out, soon. And they're like, you know what? We're going to push it another 4 months. What's another 4 months going to do unless they're crunching at this point? That's what's scary to me. The game doesn't look good anyway, but are they going to crunch? Because if so, that's going to hurt the game so much. Come on, Ubisoft. Be better. Be better!
Wild Arms and Shadow Hearts creator adds Final Fantasy and Saga composers. Neat. Those are good composers there. So, that's exciting.
That is exciting indeed. Kickstarters, though, scare me off. Not gonna lie. Don't trust them. October's PlayStation Plus Essentials games have been announced. Some of the highlights are Hot Wheels Unleashed, Injustice 2, and Super Hot, which are phenomenal games that you should check out, especially if you have PlayStation Plus Essential, which you would need if you play multiplayer.
EA and Koei Tecmo premiere Wild Hearts trailer and confirms the February release. And it's set in Feudal Japan. Yay!
Yeah, Matthew loves him some Feudal Japan. It's all about that. Splatoon 3 players are upset about a glitch that lets players shoot through floors via the sloshing machine weapon, which I believe is just a giant paint bucket. But I'm not entirely sure because I'm not a Splatoon 3 player, so I could not tell you for sure.
Team Ninja says it's not against outsourcing a new Ninja Gaiden. I like Ninja Gaiden. I think there should be more games, so I'm excited about this. Super excited.
Super excited indeed. And you know what? That is 10 each for us. So it's time to flip the coin again. Matthew, what do you call?
Head.
And it is tails.
Damn it.
Matthew. Dark Pictures Man of Medan and Little Hope get free current gen upgrades. The last gen also gets a large update with new features. Pretty sure Man of Medan is like the worst, the least favorite Dark Pictures game. So it's a little interesting that one's involved, but, you know, you do you. You do you.
Infinity Ward outlines Modern Warfare 2 changes that are planned now that the beta's over. And the beta also was Call of Duty's biggest yet.
Landen was very excited about the beta. Loved it. I'm sure that the changes will be very, very welcome. As long as, it's what the players want, I guess. The GTA 6 hacker suspect pleads not guilty to computer misuse charges. Listen, guys. He obviously broke the law. He also is linked to the Uber, Microsoft, and Nvidia security breaches. So, the not guilty plea is questionable. It's a 17-year-old kid, and I get that 17-year-olds do stupid shit. I did stupid shit when I was 17. But man, you targeted some of the most litigious companies out there, and you think you're going to get away scot-free? Sorry, bud. It's not happening. I wish I could say, man, it's not your fault, but it is your fault. You're the one that ruined your life. I think taking a plea deal, I obviously pleaded not guilty, but taking some sort of deal is the best chance he has. So, yeah, sad.
New Overwatch 2 users will have to play 100 matches to unlock all the original heroes. In-game chat and competitive modes will also be locked until players meet certain requirements. Yes. I'm not familiar with Overwatch or Overwatch 2. Is 100 matches a lot? Is that a lot? I don't know. It doesn't sound like a whole lot, but maybe it's a lot. Who knows?
Diablo 4 in-game beta invites are being sent out. Cool. Hopefully, it's better received than Diablo Immortals, which I know a lot of people do actually like Diablo Immortals, but it was not well liked by the general populace, and is a little predatory, so sucks to suck. Hopefully Diablo 4 does not fall into some of those same pitfalls.
The Joker voice lines by Mark Hamill have reportedly been found in Multiverses, which is a fun game you should check out. Also, Mark Hamill, great Joker. Great Joker.
He is a great Joker, and if you want to see another game that has Mark Hamill as the Joker, on my Twitch page, twitch.tv/TheDeanSlater, I have VODs for Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, so you can check those out as well. EA is reportedly releasing a Koei Tecmo hunting game called Wild Hearts in early 2023. I think we reported on Wild Hearts earlier. I think that also that this is like a Monster Hunter style game, which are very popular, so we'll see how that works. Koei Tecmo, like their games. EA, a little bit more skeptical on. So we'll play that one by year.
Far Cry 6 expansion and Game of the Year edition have leaked. And the expansion in question is called Lost Between Worlds, which is way too close to the Zelda title. Also, did anyone actually vote Far Cry 6 as Game of the Year? That seems like a questionable decision at best.
Doesn't it? That is a little weird. Okay. Microsoft has launched a new special edition Xbox Series X and S controller called Mineral Camo. Guys, I mentioned before I like the unique designs of Xbox controllers. But listen. camo on plastic doesn't look good. Doesn't look good, fam. Quit doing it. Quit doing it. Just stop. Not everything needs camo, especially not plastic.
This is old news, but FIFA 23 Ultimate Team servers went down, and then obviously EA made a priority to bring them back up as quickly as possible because FIFA Ultimate Team is a money maker. Money maker. So, of course, that was first priority.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all. Another controller story for me. God of War Ragnarok's DualSense controller is now available for UK pre-order. I'm assuming it's not available anymore, actually, because people are insane and will, bring websites down to buy every possible unit they can. But the God of War Ragnarok controller, chef's kiss. Beautiful looking. The blue and the white with the wolves. That looks good. Damn. That controller be fine.
Take-Two drops the Just Cause 3 director's groundbreaking adventure game. This is People Can Fly's Project Dagger. That's sad. I feel sad for them. They worked hard now. Now they gotta find another way. But, life finds a way.
Life does find a way. Just like we found our way to just 4 more stories. Including Multiverse's new update makes it twice as long to level up fighters. Now, I'll have to talk to Gavin about this, as I have not played very much Multiverses. But, companies are always working to, balance out their games. And if, Warner Brothers feels that, dragging out the leveling will help balance a little bit, good for them. Good for them.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla update adds 3 more puzzle-focused tombs. Which, that's exciting. Assassin's Creed games are always very well received and good. But I haven't really heard anyone talk about Valhalla in a very, very long time.
I haven't heard a whole lot about Valhalla since, a little bit after it came out too, so who knows. Battlefield 2042's latest update includes a reworked version of the renewal map. We had a whole discussion on a previous episode about Battlefield 2042. And when it came out, it was within a month of Call of Duty and Halo Infinite coming out. And it was easily the worst of the 3. Not only that, it was the one that wasn't free to play. So, I guess good for them for, working on this, but I don't know that, with Halo Infinite, they haven't done as much to improve fix their game, or has been fixing their game very slowly. But, I don't know. I think it'll be easier for people to come back to, a game like Halo Infinite than Battlefield 2042 because of that free-to-play nature of it compared to $70 for the game. We already talked about the Mineral Xbox controller, so we're not going to talk about that. So, next story.
A new Amazon Prime sales event has been announced, which promises hundreds of thousands of deals. That's a lot of deals. You're talking about loving sales. That's some sales right there.
That is some sales right there. So let's talk about HBO's The Last of Us show, which the trailer looked so good. I've said it before, but I think I don't like the idea that a lot of people seem to support for some reason, that these sort of adaptations have to be one-to-one, faithful to the previous material. I still think they have to be faithful in terms of tone and, overall story. But I've never been one to be like, it has to be one-to-one, because it's just not interesting. You already know the story at that point. So you think you're going to be invested, but you're not going to be invested, because you're going to be like, yeah, I know this already. I know this. Like, I'll use the live-action adaptation of Aladdin. The parts where they deviated from the original Aladdin were some of the most interesting parts of that movie. The parts that were just rehashed from the animated movie were not super interesting. So, that trailer showed off that there is going to be some changes, and I like that. That's what's getting me excited, is that there's going to be stuff we haven't seen before. That's exciting.
Netflix announces creation of in-house game studio in Helsinki, which, again, this surprises no one. Netflix has been very vocal about their desire to enter games. You can already play games through the Netflix mobile app. So, yeah. Anyway, your turn.
I'm not reading this title. That's way too confusing of a title. But players can jump into FIFA 23 early on PlayStation 5. I think it's just out now, but you could have played it early on PlayStation 5.
E3 2023 reveals revamped consumer business format and dates, which splits business and consumer areas and dates. And, yeah, this is exciting. E3's tried consumer stuff before, and it was, blah. But this is, ReedPop does a lot of good, conventions, so hopefully this will be more like those.
Now it's time to calculate. Alright, so we got through the same amount of stories, but Matthew did have more, or had less time per story than I did, which means he did get through stories faster than me, which the whole competition was a race, so therefore Matthew wins.
Anyway, I'm really, really tired from all this competition. I'm gonna go take a nap now. Bye, guys.
Bye, Matthew. Alright. Yeah, so that was exciting. That was the competition, guys. That was really fun. I enjoyed that. If you enjoyed it, or if you didn't enjoy it for whatever reason because you hate children, make sure to do all of the things, like hitting the like button and hitting the subscribe button and making sure to ring that bell on youtube.com/the XofPlays, or giving it a high rating on whatever podcast service you use so you can find like-minded people. Be sure to tell people about the show, because let's face it, word of mouth is the best way for anyone to grow, and that includes everything on the internet. Every YouTube channel that you see that's big, every streamer that you see that's big, there's been a certain amount of word of mouth that's helped them get that big. So our success is dependent on you. So you can be like, you can go to your school and be like, hey guys, I'm
I listened to this really cool podcast, and it's got cool people in it.
Or you can be at the, or you can go to your school and be like,
this podcast is so bad, and the hosts are just so big dweebs.
And you can get people to either like us or hate us like that. So, that would be much appreciated. And I also brought it up before, but on patreon.com/thebriefing room, you can financially support the show and get cool rewards as well. That's all from us. Take care.